Good morning. You're having coffee with Victoria and Nurse Savage on your side. And this is my first cup of coffee. I have, generally in the morning, I have 1 cup of what I call brain coffee. And it is the coffee that I put my MCT oil, I forgot to shut my door. Go, go, go. The dogs like to come in when I read. Good morning, Deb Sprout. Haven't talked to you in forever. At any rate, I was explaining my brain coffee, and the brain coffee has my medium chain triglyceride oil in it and some grass-fed butter that you blend, and in that way I feed my brain. So that is what I'm having this morning while I have my coffee. My pretty mug I used last night, so it wasn't clean this morning. So, if you would like a private reading with me, you can private message me here on Facebook or email me at nursesavage@holisticu, and that's WHOLISTICU.com. And I did put that in the video explanation. So, there is a lot of crazy energy, and I said that on Monday, and it continues. I was in an office yesterday, and a woman told me, said, people are just being mean today. Thank you for not being so mean. And the truth is that there's a lot of fear in the world, and people are walking around in fear, and generally that's when they lash out. Anger is even less, they will lash out on anger, but generally the root of anger is fear in some way. So one of the things that you really want to do is learn to ask for help to move out of fear if you're in a fearful place, and learn to protect yourself from the energy of others as well as the fearful energy that we can generate. I honestly, I talk to Archangel Michael a lot and ask for his help because it's available, and he's pretty powerful. So ask whoever your higher power is and ask them to protect you from it. And then truly there's things you need to do to protect yourself if you're in a fearful place. And one of those things is, now I've talked before about we are energetic beings at the very core of who we are, down to our cells. We're atoms, ions, protons, neutrons vibrating. Everything has energy. Good morning, Karen. And so one way to protect yourself and from fear, from others' emotions and the fear that they're feeling, is to zip your energy up. And literally, I would do it physically, but you can do it if you're in a place where you can't really just go through the motion. Start at your knees with your hand flat and move it up the center of your body to your mouth. This is the central meridian. Move it to your lower lip and just act like you're locking it. That sounds goofy, but it is. We have the ability to affect our own energy and to change it and to move it, as well as to close it so that we're not taking on the emotions and energy of someone else. A lot of us are empathic out there, and that means we feel a lot of people's energy, and certainly when we feel it, we can absorb it and take it on. I have been not only guilty, but the victim of myself, of someone else's energy really affecting my energy field. And the way I understood it was that there was really nothing going wrong in my life. Everything was great, and all of a sudden I had this very heavy down, sad energy, and I thought, this is ridiculous. Everything, some really great things just happened today, and I don't get it. And then I realized I had been with someone who was carrying some pretty heavy energy, and I had not protected myself. So you do have the ability to ask your higher power to protect you. Another way you can do that is imagine yourself in a bubble of cobalt blue light. Cobalt blue light. That's a very protective color. Colors have properties, and that's one that I will often use because, and again, in an instant, in anywhere, if I haven't done it, even if I have, if I'm starting to feel like people around me are beginning to really affect me, then I will just put myself in a cobalt blue bubble and protect my own energy. One of the reasons I don't go out to a lot of public things is because I do feel energy, and I can get pretty uncomfortable in those places at times. So the one card that I did draw today said protect yourself, and that's absolutely what I wanted to help you with today. The other one I drew from my Light Your Day deck was gentle, soft red, and this is the light represents ease and flow in life. And certainly, if you're in a place of fear, you're not going to be in ease and flow. And so, literally, the beginning of changing how you're living and what's going on in life is to choose. Choose ease. Choose life to flow easier for you. And you have to do that kind of often, especially if you've lived in places of fear a bunch, as most of my life has been spent in fear. And most people would never have known that about me, but we're all pretty good at hiding. But my base motivation a lot of times throughout life was based in fear. And it was only recently that I realized that it also I valued hard, and I'm choosing to make life easy and to choose ease in situations. So when I start getting in a fearful place and I start ruminating about things, I will just stop and go, I choose ease, I choose ease, I choose ease. And it has to become your mantra, to become your thought process too, because I've had a few years of practicing living in fear, and so learning not to live in fear is going to take a little time, but it is an easy step to begin to just, I choose ease. We have so much power in our mind to change what's going on in our life. I've said this before too. We are not puppets on strings here. We have a choice about our life, and we're creating it with the choices we make. So I connect regularly to my higher power so that I have the guidance I feel will lead me in the best direction. My goal in life is to live my best path. That for me, it's to help as many people possible ascend to their highest and best good, whatever that looks like for them. And to do that, I have to continually be working to live my highest and best good. And so it's an ongoing process. Changing your thought patterns is really the way to start making major changes in life. And it takes work, and it takes consistency. It takes working with our energy fields too, and I am an avid learner. I am learning more and more about how to work on my own energy, and so I can pass on some tips on how to work with your energy. I just took a class on Saturday called Avesa or Avesa, and it is a way to realign chakras. The chakras are those 7 energy spots in our body that really affect how we move through life in many ways. And each chakra has a different type of, or a different aspect of our life that it affects. And so keeping those in balance is an important part of moving forward in ease and moving forward by my choice in the type of life I choose to live. Take responsibility for your energy and make changes in any way you can. One of the ways you can start is by having a private guided reading with me. I do these readings by phone. They are effective. You choose the cards. I use both of my oracle decks that I've created over the last couple years. One is called Light Your Day, and the other one is called This Healing Room Oracle. You choose, and then I ask the universe to give me the download that's going to, again, be for your highest and best good. So if you'd like a private reading with me, you can email me at nursesavage@holisticu, that's WHOLISTICU.com, or you can private message me on Facebook. Yes, Karen. Karen agrees with me. It takes a lot of work to be self-directed. It does, and it is a continual process. We came to this earth to learn. It is a learning process. Sometimes it's more fun than others. Sometimes it's easier than others. But what I find is, just like I've talked to my first married couples, marriage is a cycle where, good morning, Susan, marriage is a cycle where sometimes you're just so in love you can't stand it. Then you kind of wonder why you ever married them. And most of the time, you like them a lot. You're comfortable with them. You enjoy their company. And life is like that too. We go through life and we work on stuff and we go through difficult times and we come out and we go, whoo, that's great. And we have wonderful times. And then pretty soon there's something that comes up again that we need to work on because we came to learn. So if you're in a continual cycle where you're, sometimes down, sometimes up, just know you're not alone. It is part of why we came. We learn regularly, and the more we learn, the easier it gets and the more enjoyable it gets for longer periods of time. But we're always going to have those times when we learn, and unfortunately, as humans, it is often some of the most painful things that we learn the easiest from. And so, again, like childbirth, it's a painful thing, but we get great gifts. And the times that are hard in life, just know that connect to your higher power and know that you are being listened to, and that you have the ability to change what's going on. And for me, it really has been a very concentrated connection to that higher power, because I believe that's where my answers come from. And so whatever your higher power is, whatever you call them, it isn't important, just that you do call them regularly. I hope this has helped in some way. I hope it helps you move through your week better, because from what I understand, there's a lot crazier energy coming in this world in the next few weeks. So protect yourself, move forward, and do everything you can to be a light in this world, and maybe just give away a little smile today to someone who needs it. What I told the woman yesterday, she said, well, what do you do in those situations when people are so mean? I said, truly, underneath my breath, I will shed pure love and joy on them and hope that they start to feel better. And if they're being excessively mean, I will ask them, excuse me, have I offended you in some way? Because it really draws attention without lashing out at them. And they'll know, in short order, that you've caught on that they're not being very nice. And sometimes they really don't even know. And sometimes it's not going to make a difference, and it's all about them. It's not about you. And so shedding pure love and joy on them frees you from that energy, and it actually gives them a gift too that can help them move on with greater joy. This is Victoria Savage. You've just had coffee with me, and I hope you're drinking brain coffee too, because all our brains need a little help to get through and be healthy and cognizant and working until the day we pass. This is Victoria Savage. Have a wonderful day.